Ladies and gentlemen, friends, colleagues, honored guests, venerables, and sages. Welcome to the Rare Sanskrit Buddhist Manuscript Preservation Project website launching ceremony. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Fong Sam. Before I became a marketing coordinator at University of the West, I was a student in religious studies here. I took 2 semesters of Pali and audited a semester of Sanskrit with Dr. Marosh Shakya. I can tell you how passionate and dedicated Dr. Shakya is when it comes to teaching and preserving the language of Buddhism. Yes, Buddhism is global now. It transcends culture, geography, and language. However, it was first memorialized in this ancient Indo-Aryan language, Sanskrit. For that, and among other reasons, Sanskrit is important and worthy of preservation. For Buddhist students, scholars, and practitioners who prioritize historical context, preserving rare Sanskrit manuscript become paramount. University of the West is therefore proud to support the Rare Sanskrit Buddhist Manuscript Preservation Project, of which Dr. Shakya will expound more on in his presentation a little later. Today, we have a number of guest speakers to invite on stage, as you will. Without any further delay, please welcome President of US, Dr. Min-Hua Ta, to get us started.
Okay. Good morning. Very nice to meet everyone. My name is Min-Hua Ta, President of US, and I'm pleased to welcome you here today on behalf of University of the West on the website launching ceremony for the Rare Sanskrit Buddhist Manuscript Preservation Project. For those of you who are not familiar with US, allow me to briefly introduce our university. Founded by the Grand Master Xing Yun, a nonprofit, non-sectarian liberal art university since 1991, has been the center of religious study for scholars and students representing Eastern and Asian countries to extend their background in Buddhism and Buddhist study with an emphasis on practical application in a contemporary world. We are proud to provide our students with a whole person education in an environment that further religious study understanding between East and West. US has awarded certificate, bachelor, and master PhD degrees to over 3,500 students in the last 30 years. As a Buddhist founded institution, we make efforts to strongly push for wider narrative and vision of where religious studies should go. Buddhist text and translation is one of the specialized religious study concentration. It equips students with canonical language, skill, and methodological approach to translate and interpret key Buddhist texts. For this reason, I'm happy and honored to introduce the launching of the Rare Sanskrit Buddhist Manuscript Preservation Project today, because US is the pioneer in the Buddhist Sanskrit Text Project. This website project will not be available not only to US students, but to scholars and students in the world. The output of this latest project is yet another example of how US provide a unique and enriching perspective for students from all religious backgrounds to study here. The success of this project has mostly come from the diligent works and contribution of Professor Shakya and his team. They have spent years with minimal budget to collect and translate the text. I am asking for you to continue support and fund this ongoing project and help us share the news with your colleagues, friends, and students. Finally, I would like to thank all the administrators, scholars involved in this project for the many interesting contributions, and many of them are represented here today. I look forward to receive feedback on the website, and I wish all of you a very enjoyable day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ta, for those encouraging words. Next, we would like to invite Dr. Jane Iwamura, who's Chief Academic Officer of US, as well as a supervisor for this project. Dr. Uemura.
Thank you, Fong. Good morning. Wonderful to see you all here. Our congratulations to Dr. Manoj Shakya on the launch of the Rare Sanskrit Buddhist Manuscript Preservation Project. University of the West, we're very pleased to support such valuable work of bringing these rare manuscripts to scholars and to the world and preserving them for future generations. This site will undoubtedly enrich our knowledge and understanding of Buddhism's complex and rich history, and especially of its roots. Along with the digital Buddhist Sanskrit canon, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, Dr. Shakya's work is itself a rare and compelling contribution. So I just want to say thank you so much, Manoj, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next we have our main event for the day. Dr. Shakya, the stage is yours.
So I will just give you a brief introduction of the digital Sanskrit Buddhist Canon project, and also our recent development and future plan. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my God.
I will be I will try to introduce the DSPC project and some existing Sanskrit Buddhist texts in Nepal and recent development, two new projects, Rare Buddhist Manuscript Preservation Project. So today we are going to launch the website for that. And also Nepalese Manuscript Transcription Project and other new collaborations, future plan and conclusion. So University of West, in cooperation with Nagarjuna Institute of Buddhist Studies in Nepal, started the project named Digital Sanskrit Buddhist Canon Project in 2003. And so this is only possible, was made possible through the sheer vision of late my father, Min Bahadur Sakya, the director of Nagarjuna Institute of Examinator, and Dr. Louis Lancaster, Professor Emeritus, University of California, Berkeley, and also former president of the University of West. So in 2004, Dr. Lancaster invited me to study in the University of West, and he asked my father to send somebody to do digital work in the University of West. So I'm very fortunate to know Lou, and because of his invitation, and he gave me a scholarship, 1-year scholarship to study MA. So because of that, I'm here, and I have been continuing to do work on this digital. So without his help, it's not possible. So thank you, Lou, for your generous invitation. And I also want to thank Venerable Master Shinyu. So when acting, my father and Lou approached Venerable Master Shinyu to do this work, without any reservation, he granted funding for this project. And since 2003, I'm very blessed. This is like almost 20 years. There's non-stop funding. University of West and Master Shin has been providing us that funding. So I'm very grateful to Master Shin and Fokansan Buddhist Art. So what we do for digital courses? So we transcribe. The main thing, like we find all the resources. Sanskrit texts are not easy to find. My colleague from the Nanjing Institute, Dr. Ian Sinclair, and we look at all the universities' catalog and just try to filter out all the Sanskrit texts, especially printed Sanskrit edition, published in from 19th century to onward. So we collected and we scan, and then one by one we input it. So this is the website we launched in 2005, while Dr. Lu was president at the time. And since then we changed the homepage many times. So this is the latest one. And I'll give you a little bit statistics. So we have digitized 675 Buddhist Sanskrit text titles. So title means like there's a Sutra, Shastra, or Dharanis. So which amount more than 50,000 pages. And so far in a website, we posted 430 texts, including 92 sutras, 15 Vinayas, 323 Shastras, Stotras, Shastras, online. So initially, when we started digitizing, we were a little bit reluctant, like, oh, where we can find the text. But when we start looking at, we found a lot of manuscripts. Some are fragments, some are complete, but some are reconstructed work done by in Tibetan University in Sarnath. And so this project objective would be to unify all interpretation of Buddhism existing in Sanskrit, and to make Sanskrit available in original script. So original script, and there are many scripts, Sanskrit scripts. Some are Gupta period scripts, very hard to read, like Siddham script, Kharosti scripts, and the Ranjana script, which is, we believe that is founded in India, but widely used in Nepal. And recent Prachalit scripts, Devanagari script, there's lots of script we have to deal with. And third, to encourage the facilitated feedback from all the people interested in Buddhism across the world. So where we can find manuscript or the text. So we, in the world, there's many places, but Nepal has the largest repository and a treasure trove of Buddhist Sanskrit literature dealing with different aspects of Mahayana creed and practice. And some of them, so the biggest collection is preserved, are preserved in National Archive of Nepal. It's run by government, and Nepal German Manuscript. They have already microfilmed most of the Sanskrit texts, and it's available in the microfilm. And the second collection, Asa Archive, which is personal collection, the local collector who donated to Asa Archive, and it's collected, they kept in this Asa Archive, run by local Newari community. And Kesal Library Collection has also manuscript, which is actually run by government. And Svayambhu Library Collection. And the fifth one is what we have been doing, the real Sanskrit Buddhist manuscript. And so far we have digitized 500 manuscripts. And my goal is to digitize more than 2,000 manuscripts in future. And recently another project started, which is actually done by my father's friend, Sankar Thapa, Endangered Archive program, funded by British Library. They also digitized 234 Sanskrit manuscripts, but including Hindu and Buddhist texts. So Nepal German Manuscript Project, they have catalog manuscript from the National Archive. And so this 180,000 manuscript is including all kinds of manuscript, not only Buddhist, but they have catalog, microfilm, everything available online nowadays. And this is the place where we can find these precious 35,000 Hindu Buddhist manuscripts are kept in the National Archive of Nepal. And you need to get permission to get inside this. Asa Archive, they also have 7,025 manuscript title. And I have looked at those manuscripts and I found that they have only 1,500 something Buddhist texts. So this 7,000, it had, it's about like a Hindu and other genre, like it's not just Buddhist. And they are selling these CDs, like 53 DVDs for more than $6,000. So you can have all collection if you pay 6,000 plus. So this archive, there are several valuable collections: palm leaf, loose leaf, and folded manuscript. And this is the place where they store all this manuscript. It's donated by Japanese, this wooden box. So it preserved from all the insect. I think the NASA Archive preserved manuscript more in advanced technology. They use advanced technology than the National Archive. National Archive manuscripts is not well kept. And Svayambhu library collection. So what I have been doing is in 2015, Nepal, there's an earthquake in Nepal, right? And because of that, the library, the Svayambhu library was damaged, and the manuscript kept in that library also heavily damaged. So I and my brother, we contacted this librarian, and we approached him and asked for the permission to scan. And we still have not received permission, but they are willing, they really want us to give a permission. So in future, I think we will get it and we will scan these manuscripts. So they have 100+ manuscripts, very rare. And this is my brother, Milan. So we already see everything, and it's very deteriorating condition. So it's really need to be scanned and preserved in the good wooden box. And we donated 200 book cover for this library. So now they've covered, you already saw that. So they cover all the manuscript in this yellow cloth, right? And so why we need this rare Buddhist manuscript preservation? So when I was a grad student, so I went to UC Berkeley, and Dr. Lancaster helped me to study there for 1 semester. And also the professor, who guided me to choose my topic and also to research on the Sanskrit manuscript. So at that time, I was like looking for the manuscript, and I could not find so I found some manuscript, very important manuscript for my PhD research, right, in UCLA and UC Berkeley. But the thing is, in order to get the copy, so you have to pay, right? And I went to Nepal. So I got the catalog number and I looked for it. So in Nepal, the Asa Archive and the National Archive, they all charge heavily, like 1 folio, 35 rupee, for Nepalese, for foreigner, like 100+. So it's just 1 folio. So you have to pay like hundreds of dollars. So my father and we think like, why don't we make free this kind of resource freely available to all scholars? So we should do something and scan it and make it available online. Because we scholars, especially, we don't have money to pay such a high price for 1 manuscript. Because when we need like a multiple version manuscript for PhD. So just to get 1, we have to spend $100. For 5 manuscripts, we have to spend 500. It's very costly. So I feel like we need some kind of a new project which will make us give like free access to this treasure. So that's why we started this project in 2009, and we photographed 200 manuscripts from local collection. And first phase, we successfully completed 400 manuscripts from the private collection of Kathmandu Valley. And this is the one of the collection. It's from Aksheswar Mahavyara. So Aksheswar Mahavyara has a 300+ manuscript, actually 400, but 30 manuscripts are not Buddhist. And this manuscript is very useful for all the scholars. And this, and in 2018, we had our Rare Buddhist Manuscript Preservation Project started collaborating with the Buddhist Digital Resource Center, which is located in Harvard University. And they gave a funding, so we did like a so half and half, like a co-sponsor, right, to scan 200 manuscripts from Nepal. And these are a team from Nepal. And so BDRC also donated the digital camera and also all the equipment for the scanning. So it's very helpful for us. So now we have like a very good high-tech equipment to scan the manuscript.
Yeah, I meant, yes.
And this is the website, so rare Sanskrit manuscript results. So about to launch later.
Yes. You're right.
So I will not talk later. We discuss this one. Another project we recently started is called the Nepal Manuscript Transcription Project. So lots of scholars, they struggle to transcribe Sanskrit manuscript. So in order to facilitate them, so we come up with this new project called Nepal Manuscript Transcription Project, which is sponsored by the Asian Legacy Library, also known as ACIP. So we launched this project in 2019. So one of the problem is dealing with ancient Nepali script. So
Yeah.
what is called Sanskrit scholar, they will learn at least one, right, which is Devanagari script, but they are not trained in other script. But most of the manuscript written in like Prachalit script, Ranjana script, Pujimal script, but it's very hard for Sanskrit scholar to transcribe. So this project, the main goal is to transcribe all the manuscript and convert into Devanagari and Roman. So we train local people at a time, and this is the first, this picture of the first graduating class. So I think we have like 10 to 15 people learn this Prachalit script, but only I think 9 or 10 they graduated. And we also hire some of them to work for our project. And this is the Nagarjuna Institute, Buddhist building. So most of the digitization took take place in this place. And this is a new input transcription project team. And some of so one of the goal is that there's lots of people in Nepal, especially the female, they don't get a good salary and good job, right? So they're struggling. So we hire like the underprivileged female, especially women, to do this kind of work, to support and empower women. And also children, like a school student from who just graduated from school. So we try to hire them, get some pocket money. So recently, right now we have like 6-7 people working for this transcription project. And we also use the software called Sanskrit iTrans software to convert. So we key in Devanagari as English, Roman, right? But you can produce like a Devanagari script and Roman script simultaneously. It's a very useful software. And other new collaboration. So I'm very happy that the other projects also interested in our Sanskrit Buddhist text, and they ask permission to use our text. So one of the website or project called Bodhiswara, Melodies of Awakening. So in the world, despite the wealth of the Sanskrit Buddhist literature accessible to us today, but very little of it is available in audio form. Right? So the DSP project supplies all the e-text to this Bodhiswara. You can see in this picture. So they have an audio and also the text side by side. So you can listen to the audio and also you can chant by yourself. And recently we also collaborated with the University of Hamburg. It's called a Buddhist Nexus project. One of the professors from Department of Tibetan Studies is doing this project. And so the main goal of this project is a database devoted to the study of the Buddhist texts and literary corpora in Pali, Sanskrit, Tibetan, and Chinese, with a particular emphasis on evolution of scripture, formation of canon, and intellectual network. So this will really help I think Dr. Lancaster has a vision. We must see all witness at the same time, and we can compare and we can find out lots of information from that. So this project is gonna help lots of Buddhist scholar and who's doing the research in the Buddhist texts. So we are very happy to collaborate with them. And the future plan. So there's lots of things still need to be done. First is, so as soon as we finish all the digitization of Sanskrit Buddhist texts, we want to have DVDs, publication of digital Sanskrit Buddhist in DVDs. So the availability of the complete set of Sanskrit Buddhist texts on digital media as well as in online browsing will be a significant milestone in Buddhist scholarship. And the inclusion of an offline version will be immensely useful, especially in places where internet usage is still not common, especially India, Nepal, some part of Nepal, and there is no internet. So for them, I think we should supply the CDs and they can do the research. And another, which is an ambitious goal, the categorization of digital Sanskrit canon, creation of comprehensive bibliography of Sanskrit Buddhist texts, creation of comprehensive catalog of Sanskrit Buddhist texts, publication of diplomatic edition of unpublished Sanskrit Buddhist texts from the manuscript. So we are planning to publish at least few. We just plant a seed, and other people can continue in the future. So this is like a lifelong project. So as long as I live in this, so I want to spend my life on this project. At least that's my goal. So publication of Sanskrit Buddhist Tripitaka series. So one of my father's dreams is the publication of Sanskrit Buddhist Tripitaka. So I will continue his legacy, at least publish few in this life. And in conclusion, so Digital Buddhist Canon project fills a gap in digitization and preserving of the unique Sanskrit Buddhist textual heritage, which has been gradually disappearing from the Buddhist world. So lots of people still believe that and think that there's no Sanskrit Buddhist text. It's just like a reconstructed work. But actually there are some. It's not disappeared completely. And this project provides a stepping stone for the reconstitution of the Sanskrit Buddhist Tripitaka. So it's a dream project. It's very hard to reconstitute of the Sanskrit Buddhist text, but we try. And so at last, so I have lots of people to thank because this is not just my project, it's teamwork. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank Venerable Grandmaster Shinyun, Venerable Witong, and Venerable Joichi, and also Fokansan Buddhist Order, who have been supporting our DSPC project since 2003. And Dr. He's a preservation pioneer for founding this project, and his vision and unconditional love and support. So without his support, this is not possible. And President Ta, Dr. Ibamura, and all the US family for their support and guidance. And big thank to Dr. Ian Sinclair. So he helped my father, and also he's kept helping me, and his valuable guidance and for helping me to catalog the rare manuscript from volume 1 to volume 3. And Judy Su from our library. So she is our tech expert. She introduced me to the Drupal content management system, and she designed all the SPC website. And also I would like to thank our graduate student, so Venerable Panyaratna, who has been transcribing text for me from Sinhala to Roman, and Venerable Lokananda, who graduated, Venerable Mugu, and Natalia Kau, who helped to post some manuscript text online. And also the scanner, the manuscript scanner. So my brother Milan and Rasmi, Kiran, Vivek, and the manuscript owner, especially the Yagyaratnam Sakya. So the manuscript we put on the website is from one collector, which from the Yagyaratna Sakya's collection. because he granted us the permission to use all the manuscript. But other collector, they didn't give us permission. So we will only provide like a few folios on the website. And finally, Projal Chuke, our web designer. So he's hardworking team from peacenepal.com. So who tirelessly designed these two websites, DSBC and Rare Manuscript Project website, and also DSBC apps, Android and Apple app for us. So without their help, it would not have been possible to launch this site today. So I'm very grateful to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Shakya, for your diligent efforts in not one, but two Sanskrit projects. Thank you to all the team members involved. And, in addition to being the chair of the Department of Religious Studies, Dr. Shakya is also the advisor for the Religious Studies Graduate Council. Together, Dr. Shakya and the RGC have done such good work for University of the West. They're organizing a pretty important event later in about 3 weeks, and which maybe Dr. Shakya will talk about later. But in the meantime, we want to invite our guest of honor to say a few words. Dr. Lewis Lancaster, of course, requires no introduction. Dr. Lancaster?
Well, I can only say hooray to Maroj for this wonderful work that he's done. It's easy to have an idea, but it's really hard to carry it out to fruition. And he's done that. He amazes me by his enthusiasm for this project. It just never wavers. 2 decades, and he's still as enthusiastic as the day we started. Maroj, that's very rare to find, that kind of dedication. And I hear you saying that you figure you're going to spend the rest of your life doing this. It's truly something that I stand in awe of and am humbled by everything which you have done. I have an admission to make. When we started it, I never thought it would be this big or this important. I never thought of all the innovations that you have put in terms of the digitization. I really wish that all the ideas I've had in my life had Maroj and the University of the West and all of you who have helped him to carry them out far beyond anything which I could have conceived. So it's been wonderful, wonderful to watch this happen. And I'd like to just for a moment give memory to Maroj's father. Min was a good friend to me, always helped me out many times. It was really a blow when he passed away. But I feel that his heritage is in good hands, and it continues with all the work that Maroj and his brother have done. And I can't tell you, Maroj, how much I appreciate that. I know your father would be so pleased to see this happening. And I just wanted to remember him on this day. So again, thank you very much. Thank all of you who've helped with this. It's just fantastic. I love it. Thank you.
And thank you, Dr. Lancaster, and have a very, very happy birthday. We look forward to your lectures, your monthly lectures, and your pearls of wisdom. Um, Dr. Shakya, would you like to say a few words?
So I want to get permission from Lou to launch because he's the master and the guest of honor. So I will. This is our new Dear Sanskrit Buddhist Manuscript website. And first, let's see our manuscript. So I'll try to put 200 manuscript first, and later we'll add 300 later. These are all the manuscript from 17th century up to 19th century. And people can view in, you can zoom in, zoom out, and all the, these are the catalog. So BDRC have really good catalog template. So we use that template. We share this template. It's a lots of information.
Fantastic.
So this is a man. So you can download. You can save also if you want, and you can zoom in. It's very clear. You can see. So you can read Om Namo Ratna Priyaya. Om is the triple J. It's written in Brazilian script. So if you want to see Tibetan version, so you can look at this Tibetan. This is a call number here. This is I think Taisha number. Tibetan numbers 348. Jatakmala. So this corresponding to other sources. There's some miniature art structures. The quality is like one folio is like 50 megabytes. It's very high quality. And it's a little bit instruction. I also like to show the people. Some people are involved here. So Grandmaster Singh, Dr. Lancaster, Ian Sinclair. Today he could not join, but yeah, he helped me a lot. All the staffs. And this short history of the Buddhist canon was written by my father, so I kept sending. He wrote this a long time ago. It's still very useful. And there's some news. And the third volume is coming soon. Hopefully by the end of maybe summer, we'll publish the third one. So up to third volume, we catalog 500 manuscripts. And we are hoping to continue preservation of this Svayambhu. So if they don't give permission, at least we will. I heard there is a catalog, but we need to publish that catalog. So there's a really good collection there, some rare stuff. And we will also again launch like a third phase of the scanning, digital preservation Nepali Sanskrit manuscript next year, hopefully next July 2021. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shakya. And with that, our project is live. Please visit rsbmpproject.org. And we look forward to watching this project grow and evolve. And we want to thank everyone for being here for this very important project. Dr. Shakya, do you want to mention a little bit about this upcoming event?
President Tag, say something.
Yes.
For our Bodhi tree, is that Are you talking about Bodhi tree stuff?
Yes,
Yes.
the Bodhi tree. Yes.
Yeah, so in November 19, full moon day, so our university is gonna, there's a two event. One is relic, Buddha's relic exhibition, and also the planting of Bodhi tree. Right. So I hope some of you can join in person at school. It
We will be sending
11
invitations to
in
this
the
event
morning.
soon.
10 o'clock, we start at 10 o'clock. The flyer will be coming soon. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Actually, Maroj, can you put the link in the chat box?
Oh, sure.
And we'll have that linked in the US website soon.
So there are Sanskrit Buddhist preservation project, Sanskrit Manuscript preservation project. .org. So in a few months we will add more manuscripts. So we just add a few this time. It's still a work in progress. Because today is a very auspicious day. The Tibetan Canon is a Tukchen. Buddha gave a sermon to his mother, right? And he came back to world. So this is a very auspicious day, and also with Dr. Lancaster's birthday. So that's why we released this website on the very auspicious day. Thank you.
Fong,
Yes.
before we end this, should we have everybody sing happy birthday to Dr. Lancaster?
I think we should.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone unmute. So let's wish Dr. Lancaster a very healthy and happy birthday. So let's sing 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lancaster. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Happy birthday!
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And congratulations, Dr. Shakya.
Yes.
Thank you everybody for joining.
Congratulations. And we are very, very honored to have you and privileged to have you. Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. So goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Bye bye.